What's up, guys? It's your boy Mike Shinnery. I just wanted to make a quick video. I was talking to one of my clients the other day, and they asked me why I didn't want to be a dating coach. Like, why don't I give dating advice, like on my YouTube and stuff like that? And I explained to them that I chose to be a life coach because I wanted to help guys get their life together first before they get into concentrate on dating and stuff like that. My advice is mostly geared towards men, helping guys become the man they want to be, because I believe guys need to become men first before they go looking for relationships, before they start messing around with girls and stuff like that. Chase money, you'll get more girls. Chase girls, you get less money, right? So with a life coach, I get to help guys get a hold of their life, right? Become the man they want to be first, all right? And help guys get their mind right. That's one of the things I learned as a young man. When I was young, I was out there messing around and partying, getting with girls, and I did a lot of stuff to what I believe I did some things backwards, right? So one of the things that I like to talk about is when you become a man, right? You have to figure out who you are. You have to get experiences. You have to do stuff. You have to try some things. You have to fail at some things and build yourself back up, right? Learn from mistakes. Learn what works and what doesn't work, right? So that when you do get into a relationship and stuff, you can become the leader, become the man that can lead and can bring new experiences into somebody's life, the person that you're dating, right? One of the main reasons I don't want to be a dating coach is most guys are not ready for relationships, man. Okay, one of the things I learned as a young man, right? I was talking to this one girl. I'm from Hawaii, and Hawaii's a bunch, like my island was a bunch of towns, all over the island, right? And it's not like just one city, it's a bunch of towns all over the place, right? And I was talking to this one girl from the north side of the island. I lived out towards the west side of the island, and it's about a good 30-45 minute drive on a no traffic day, right, to get to where she lived at. And this girl, I worked with her, and she would drive down every once in a while down to where I lived. She'd come hang out with me. We would go do things, go hang out. Sometimes she would drive down from the North Shore, pick me up. We drive back up, party with her friends and stuff like that up on the North Shore, right? Come to find out, this girl was using me to get back at her boyfriend. All right. I had another girl that I had dated in middle school, right? And then we kind of just lost touch. She went to a different school. She moved to a different town and all that, right? And then I was cutting school one day with one of my guys, and he was like, "Hey, let's go hang out at my girlfriend's house." So we got on the city bus, right? And we go to his girl's house, and it ends up being one of my ex-girlfriends from middle school. All right, so we're hanging around. Yeah, we're hanging out at her house and all that, right? And a couple months later, she calls me up and tells me come over. So I cut class. I cut out of school that day. Got on the bus, went up to her house, hung out up there. Did what young men do in high school, right? And ended up messing around with her. Come to find out, she was still dating old boy. Right? So I learned something about females that day. I had another one, this other girl that I ended up talking to when Yahoo Chat was live. I ended up talking to this girl online, and I got to know her, and she sent pictures and stuff like that. So she would come and pick me up at my house and all that. And one day I'm hanging out with my neighbor and her cousin, and her cousin, he lived with them, and he comes out one day. He's like, "Hey, what's that girl's name that drives that car that picked you up the other day?" And I told him, and he kind of made like this face. He was like, "Yo, that's the girlfriend of one of the dudes on my semi-pro football team." I was like, "Really? Cool." You know, it's like, she ain't acting like it, right? I learned again. She affirms what I had learned from the girl that was dating my boy, all right? And so a lot of guys ain't ready for those experiences. You know what I'm saying? They ain't ready to learn what females are capable of. You know, they got to get out in the world and get some experience and learn how to handle situations. Cause, hey, I was put in some situations, just talking to girls that weren't completely honest with me, but I wasn't looking for like a relationship. I was just getting my groove on as a young man. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of guys ain't ready for that. And on the other hand, there's a lot of guys that are very immature. They are ready to fight a guy in a heartbeat over the stupidest things. You in a club, right? A bunch of people, is a packed club, a guy steps on your shoes or something, and you're ready to fight this dude. You want to be man, all big, strong, bulky dude. You want to prove yourself, right? To this dude who accidentally stepped on your shoes and all that. You're ready to fight this guy, right? But that same night, you meet a woman, you meet a girl, young, pretty little thing with the hips and the curves and tits up on the shelf. You know what I'm saying? You meet this girl, and you turn into like this soft, just goofy dude. You know what I'm saying? You turn into this wimpy little guy over a little girl. You was just ready to fight this man who's twice her size. You was ready to fight, but then you meet this little girl. You know what I'm saying? And you just turn into just some goofy wimp dude. So guys are not ready for relationships. When you still have that mindset, that, you know what I'm saying, where you just turn like that, you ain't ready for the relationship. So I don't wanna teach guys and talk to guys about getting with girls strictly until they're ready for it. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather help guys become that man in life that they want to be. Get themselves kind of together, get their minds right, that man mindset, right? That's where I'm at as far as with coaching and helping dudes. I could give some advice and stuff like that I've learned from my experiences with women and all that, but most dudes ain't ready for that, and I mean into their 20s and some of them into their 30s. They ain't ready for all that because they haven't gone out and learned how to earn respect, because they have nothing to talk about. They can't talk about nothing that will make people respect them. They don't have no knowledge of life that people will respect them. They don't carry themselves in a respectable way, right? When it comes to these women, you gotta earn the respect of a woman, okay? A lot of dating coaches and stuff like that, they'll tell you, you're not looking for a woman to just say she loves you. You want this woman to respect you, okay? Women that respect you, they will break rules for you. And women that don't respect you, they'll make rules for you. These are the those husbands that get that once a month loving from their wife. That they gotta constantly wait. They gotta do the house chores, and they gotta do all kinds of stuff before the wife will even touch them or let the guy touch her. Guys aren't ready for all that right off the bat, especially these young men, just out of high school or early 20s and whatnot. Think of it as, and we've all done this, right? You're driving down the freeway or a long straight road, right? And you see a stop sign. The stop sign says the speed limit is 45. But there's not a lot of traffic or nothing. You bump it up to 60, right? You cruise at 60. It ain't that fast, right? So you don't really respect that sign. But then you see a cop on the side of the road with a gun out and all that. You respect that cop's power, right? So you slow it down to the speed limit. Even though the sign 3 miles back or whatever, a couple miles back said 45, you was cruising at 60 until you saw the cop. So you didn't respect the power of the sign, but when you saw the cop, you respected the power of the cop. Okay, and women are the same way. When they see a male, they don't respect him as a man until he presents himself as a man. Okay, and that's why I decided to be a life coach, a life improvement coach, a self-improvement coach. Okay, I want guys to get their life together first before you go out there and try to be this this pretend man. Don't go out there trying to date and trying to put on the facade of a man, because these girls will spit you up, man. They'll eat you up and chew you out. Chew you up and spit you out. You know, so that's one of the that's like kind of the main reason that I decided that I want to help. I want to be a self-improvement coach, a life coach. Okay, I don't want to just be a dating coach, because it's easy to pick up these women out there. Sorry about that. Got my door open. My window broke. So I gotta, to get the good airflow, I gotta keep my door open. But anyway, yeah, you know, yeah, I want guys to go out there and get these experiences of life. Because what happens is, when you have this experience, when you know a little bit of something, you got some knowledge, you have experiences, those experiences will help you in a relationship, or when you do meet these women, you don't turn into a mush, a little pile of jello, just because you meet a pretty girl and all that. You know what I'm saying? You have the mindset that, you know what, women are women. I can meet any woman. I can talk to anybody. You know, and that's the way it should be. You should be able to talk to any person and have a decent conversation, no matter who they are. Even people that barely speak English. If you're from America and you speak English, and you run into a cute little Mexican girl, or a Mexican stranger that's asking for directions, you know what I'm saying, you're able to just talk to them and you show them some respect and whatnot. You know, and other people feel that in you. When you have experiences and whatnot, you carry yourself a different way. All right. Also, in the relationship, if you have some experiences, right, and you're leading your relationship, right, you're able to lead this girl on an adventure of life. Okay, those experiences that you've had will lead to spontaneity in your relationship. Okay, girls don't want to be bored. You know what I'm saying? They're hoping you bring some adventure, some fun into their life. You know what I'm saying? Wake up one day and talk about, you know what, let's go hike to the waterfalls. Let's go swim. You know what, let's go test drive some expensive cars today. You know, make a day of it. They want you to be able to, you know what, let's go rent a hotel room this weekend. You know, or let's say cheap flights to Vegas, let's go. You know what I'm saying? They want those experiences and stuff like that, and that's what's going to make your relationship stay alive. All right. And when you're able to do that, girls bring out a part of them that you don't see in everyday life. The girls that you work with and stuff like that, they have to put on this tough facade, this I'm responsible, this I'm grown, this personality that they have to put on. But when you're able to be that man that she will respect, they bring out their femininity. They bring out this part of them that they're willing to give up to you, and be that feminine, that pretty flower that you don't want to pluck and destroy. You know what I'm saying? You want to put it in a vase and water it, and like when you go to the store, you buy the flowers, it comes with that little packet of whatever flower food and stuff, and you want that feminine energy around you. You know what I'm saying? You want her to be as feminine as possible, but you only get that from women when they respect you. She can tell you she loves you all day, right? But look at the divorce rate in America. Look at what's going on with women. Look at this whole feminist movement. The feminist movement is not a thing about like where they talk about toxic masculinity and all that. They're not talking about men who are actually men. They're talking about the fake men out there that pretend to be a man, and then they beating up on their women at home, or they're cussing her out and calling her all sorts of names and stuff like that when they mad. You know what I'm saying? That's the men that's the males that these women are talking about when they talk about toxic masculinity and all. It's the fake men. It's the guys that don't know how to carry themselves. They're pretending to be a man, but they ain't really men. All right. So yeah, that's why I decided to be a self-improvement coach, a life coach. I want to help guys get themselves together first, you know, because the women are out there, they're waiting for a man to show up. Okay, and it just takes the right guy to show up to bring out the best in her. All right. So with that, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this short. As men, you know, it's your responsibility to grab a hold of your life. Okay, take care of your health, take care of your wealth, and take care of your energy, the things that you give a F about. All right, until the next time, it's Mike. Aloha. I'm out.